Greetings, I hope you are good. I'm sure some of you are still wondering, what is it exactly that Ashwyn does here? I mean, we already have the news. Why must someone always speak over it? Let me put it this way. I'm like a liberation movement that has led its country for decades and hasn't done much for them, but it's election time and I want a second take.
The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, in collaboration with the Namibia Tourism Board and the Ondonga Traditional Authority, will be hosting the Itotha Carnival at the Kangonde Sotpan in the Oshikoto region from 27 June to 1st July 2024. Expect a fun-filled weekend including traditional dishes, cookout competitions, totem parades, traditional games, horse riding, skydiving and quad biking. Accommodation facilities will be available at cost. The Itotha Carnival, celebrating our ancient heritage.
All right, let's start with the country that has sent lobola cattle to, Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema has issued a stern warning to former President Edgar Lungu, saying, if you break the law, you find yourself behind bars. Here he is in his own words.
I'm expecting each and every one of them to be arrested. You can't claim to do that in the name of supporting HH. Akonaman. I hear people talk about immunity. Why are you talking about immunity? The immunity of the head of state is only relevant during the time they are in the presidency. The crimes they commit outside the presidency is not covered by that immunity. That's the law. If the police are failing, I'll use the army.
So, apparently, Lungu has been making uninvited guest appearances in markets, instigating rival groups to clash like a political party crasher. Addressing the issue of Lungu's retirement benefits, Hichilema pointed out that the law is pretty straightforward. Benefits are only for those genuinely retired from politics. Meanwhile, Zambia's former First Lady Esther Lungu and her daughter Chiyeso Katete have been arrested over the possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime. The arrest made in Lusaka included another family member, Charles Piri. Now, the state anti-drug agency stated that Esther Lungu failed to give a reasonable explanation for a $1.5 million estate. Edgar Lungu, ever the protective patriarch, declared the family would challenge the charges in court, accusing the government of victimizing his patriotic front party to hinder his political comeback ahead of the 2026 elections. Now, Lungu has been claiming house arrest due to his political activities, although the government denies this. Last September, his wife was arrested over allegations of corruption involving motor vehicles and title deeds, charges she denied. And more recently, she was nabbed for allegedly acquiring luxurious real estate in Lusaka fraudulently. 15 white double-story flats, no less, suspected to be proceeds of crime. Now, Edgar Lungu, after losing the presidency to Hichilema in 2021 and leaving Zambia in a financial quagmire, announced a political comeback last October, prompting the government to withdraw his retirement benefits. Now, Lungu's tenure left the nation heavily indebted and economically fragile. Now, President Hichilema is on a mission to reclaim resources allegedly pilfered through Lungu's administration, though critics argue this anti-corruption drive is politically motivated. And I'm here to ask, is corruption not politically motivated?
Irango Med is a leading distributor, working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irango Med is committed to making a difference. What about you?
All right. right, let's keep it moving on. Second take, President Museveni of Uganda showered Speaker Anita Among with praise while taking potshots at what he termed as traitors and foreign agents. During his State of the Nation address in Kololo, Museveni commended Among for her harmonious relationship with the executive, a virtue apparently in short supply these days. "I want to salute the Speaker, Deputy Speaker and MPs," Museveni declared, likely envisioning a standing ovation. I hear some people saying that Anita Among is perhaps not powerful enough because she does not undermine the executive, but that's not the case, he asserted, dispelling any notions that power is synonymous with dissent. Museveni nostalgically reminisced about past parliamentary antics, noting a risky and shallow tendency by some actors who dared to use parliament to challenge the Ugandan revolution. Such provocations, he suggested, were more miscalculations than courageous stands, implying that a good revolution knows how to handle such nuisances peacefully. I mean, a good old revolution. Meanwhile, Speaker Among finds herself in the eye of a storm over the lavish 2 billion shillings awarded to commissioners of parliament as service awards. The public, already grumbling over parliament's hefty expenditures, isn't too thrilled about these perks. However, Among insists that all spending is kosher and aligns with approved budgets, even if the taxpayers are left scratching their heads. But Museveni didn't stop at praising. He turned his ire towards foreign agents and traitors who he claims are bribed to serve foreign interests. There are, however, other actors that get bribes from foreigners to work for foreign interests. These are both corrupt and traitors, and we are monitoring their activities, Museveni warned. He described how these sinister forces approach people with offers to tarnish Uganda's image for monetary rewards. "I wish you good luck with the money of betrayal. We are following up. Those two, the dishonest people and traitors, are the ones we are targeting," which gives credence to my assertion that there are no mirrors in Uganda's parliament. Self-reflection happens through the president, and all I am saying is everyone looks and sounds older than they should, something Ugandans would not have to witness if Museveni's idea of democracy didn't mean freedom for all, as long as it's under me. Heartwarming moment of the week after the break.
Today we are going to learn how to bake.
Welcome, everyone.
Things may not always go as planned, but our technology doesn't fail. Join Paratus today. Paratus, always prepared.
Let's get into the heartwarming moment of the week. Wrapped in the tricolour flag of her homeland, 21-year-old captain Hafsa Omer bounces the basketball between her legs with a rhythmic precision. She dribbles past imaginary defenders, leaps and lays the ball gently off the backboard as she watches it clatter into the hoop. A sense of purpose and defiance radiates from a determined expression. Now, Hafsa's dream is to one day play for her nation, but there's an undeniable catch. Somaliland is not officially recognized as a country. Since declaring independence in 1991, the breakaway territory of Somaliland has struggled to gain international recognition. Despite its efforts, no foreign government has acknowledged its sovereignty. Yet Somaliland continues to govern itself, enjoying relative peace and stability in a region often marred by conflict. Now, Hafsa Omer, alongside her two sisters, forms the backbone of Hargeisa Girls Basketball, the first all-girls team in this burgeoning nation. These young women are not just playing for sport, they are on a mission to put Somaliland on the global map. This is her story. Reuters reports.
Personally, I was playing basketball since I was grade 6, and I started playing basketball at that time, and I was playing in the school during the PE times. But then when I finished the primary school and I started high school, I couldn't get a basketball court. Of course, there was a basketball court in my high school, but it was not available for girls. You know, in our we're being told that we cannot play. Girls are not supposed to be playing, not only basketball, but any kind of sports. So in my school, they told us that we can't play, and there were PE lessons, like there were PE periods in that. But then it was the only boys who were playing football at the football, court. We went to that basketball court. We were few, like we were 8, 7 of us. But then afterwards, we started becoming bigger. We started, bringing other girls together, and now we're almost 30 girls playing in that basketball court under the name of the Hargeisa Basketball Girls. For me, basketball is a therapy because it's the only thing that I do when I'm not feeling myself. It shows me who I am. And does it not only do that to me, but it also does to all these young girls. It shows them the ability that they can do something. Somaliland is looking for their recognition. And we believe that we could be part of bringing the recognition from this by wearing the flags, by talking about our country, by promoting it through the short video TikToks or the Instagram pictures that we do.
Hallo naman kuya! Ons is by die kus en ons is lus.
Terwyl by die Easter shot.
Okay. Okay, so yes. Please, today you make sure that we are fed. Sorry, it's actually.
All right, let's keep it going. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that his African National Congress is gunning for a national unity government. This ambitious move is presented as a reflection of the voters' will and a way to push the country forward. Now, cynics might say it's more of a desperate attempt to keep the ANC's sinking ship afloat. It's me, I am cynics. Ramaphosa dropped the news after an hours-long meeting of the ANC's National Executive Committee in Johannesburg. Picture a room full of politicians realizing they can no longer rule the roost alone. A sobering moment indeed. Well, they have been sober for the past 2 weeks after being drunk on power for years. Turns out the political hangover needed more than a Bloody Mary in the morning. Now, for the first time in the democratic era, the ANC has lost its parliamentary majority, though it still clings to its title as the largest party. The aim of this coalition of frenemies is to tackle South Africa's urgent issues: crime, poverty, the high cost of living, and corruption. In other words, they are calling on everyone to help clean up a mess that the ANC has been brewing for years like unregulated beer. Ramaphosa called for the broadest unity among South Africans, emphasizing the need for multi-party cooperation and collaboration from all sectors. It's like inviting everyone to a potluck dinner and hoping someone brings something more than the chickenless salad known as ANC's ruling tenure. Reflecting on the recent elections, Ramaphosa admitted that the ANC heard the public's frustration loud and clear. The former liberation movement, which once basked in the glory of ending apartheid under Nelson Mandela, now faces a reality check harsher than a cold shower. And as you know, Jacob Zuma has no issues with showers. This is a time for sober minds, ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula said, as if everyone in the room hadn't already reached for the strongest coffee available. Now, South Africa is grappling with a sluggish economy, staggering poverty and unemployment, a persistent racial wealth divide, severe power shortages, and political corruption. In other words, the to-do list is a long and daunting one, a long walk to freedom. And it might not suffice. In fact, seeing as the ANC has been in power for 30 years, it's time to do what other 30-year-olds do and pick up jogging. Analysts are skeptical about the feasibility of such alliances, given the deep-seated differences between the parties involved. Deep differences is a nice way of saying that they all hate each other. They really do. The new parliament must convene within 2 weeks of the results declaration, putting everyone on a tight deadline to reach an agreement. Now, options include a unity government, a coalition, or a minority ANC government supported by other parties in exchange for policy concessions. We have engaged with everybody and we are talking to even smaller parties. We want to bring everyone on board, Mbalula declared, painting a picture of inclusivity that rivals a kindergarten's everyone gets a trophy day. However, the DA has already signaled it does not wish to join a government that includes the MK or EFF. Go figure. Both the EFF and MK are led by former ANC members who now clash with the current leadership. Zuma, in particular, holds a grudge against Ramaphosa and has refused to work with the ANC of Ramaphosa after being forced out of the presidency in 2018 due to corruption scandals and jailed for contempt of court. Now, Zuma remains a polarizing figure, especially in his home province of KwaZulu-Natal. Extra police have been deployed there to maintain order amidst the political turbulence because, nothing says we're united like riot gear. In the midst of all this, the ANC's pursuit of a national unity government appears as a strategic necessity, as a noble endeavor to stabilize and advance the country. Whether it will succeed in bringing diverse and often conflicting parties together remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, South African politics is about to enter a new, unpredictable, and undoubtedly entertaining chapter. Let's have a look at our TikToks of the week, which do come from South Africa, describing this coalition comedy.
My family was right about you. I knew you'd go behind my back.
Says the mastermind of deceit herself. Aren't you the one that went and stole millions from a family's trust?
This is just like you, using everything that I told you in confidence and weaponizing it. Besides, they don't know the whole truth. And didn't it work in our favor anyway?
Yes, it's always about you. You only think about yourself.
Myself? What did I decide to do when you were in bed with America? I let it go. And you decided to go right ahead and burn my family crest.
You're always so quick to forget promises and point fingers. What about the promise to go and build us a house, eh? And you also promised my cousin a job.
Okay, Yabonage. That I'm still working on.
All I'm hearing is lies, vernac, and more. You see, you're proving my point exactly. This is one of the many reasons why my family doesn't even want you back in our land.
This is not going to work. You know what? All you guys see me as is another clever black person that you can just go right ahead and use. You too. That's exactly how you view me.
So what are you going to do now? You're going to go sing a struggle song?
Actually, I'm going to go and find someone that's going to put everything into action. Someone young and someone who understands me.
Shut fit it.
I heard you were looking for a struggle song.
Good luck.
So excited to see a family.
We need to talk.
About what?
I know you get passionate, but I feel like you need to change the way you talk to people. I feel like you can't read the room.
Change? But I accept you for all you are. Age and all. God.
Okay, I get it, but just tone it down a little bit.
But Manjula?
It's nobody.
Oh, it's him, isn't it?
I said it's nobody.
Oh, so you want him back?
I don't want him back. That's why I keep ignoring his calls.
Okay, well, if you want me to change, there's a few things I need to run by you, know? First of all, I need to be handling your finances like I. And then
you're too young. End of discussion.
Too young?
Don't say that.
And what if we were to get married? I need to take lead with you by my side. Just answer the damn phone.
I don't want to answer the damn phone. I don't want to talk to him.
Come on.
Because
Yeah. Nictolil. Hello.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Pardon Ziva, the prosecutor and Zimbabwe Miners Federation president, who is niece to President Mnangagwa, Henrietta Rushwaya's gold smuggling case, has been convicted of fraud. Ziva and his partner in crime, Alex Tombe, were found guilty of demanding a whopping $20,000 bribe from Rushwaya in exchange for a lighter sentence. It seems justice isn't just blind, it occasionally takes a bribe. But to be fair, he thought that he was approaching a like-minded individual. Okay, don't blame him. Rushwaya was arrested in 2020 at Robert Mugabe International Airport with gold bars weighing 6 kilograms tucked away for a Dubai getaway. Fast forward to last year, she was convicted, fined $5,000 and had an 18-month jail term, which was conveniently suspended. The gold, valued at a staggering $330,000, was confiscated by the state. Apparently, trying to smuggle that much bling doesn't go unnoticed. She was supposed to do it how other state actors do it, in front of Al Jazeera cameras like Gold Mafia. Zimbabwe is ranked amongst the top 5 African countries smuggling gold to the UAE, yet can't manage to be the top 5 in a single sector of service delivery. Staying with Zimbabwe, an investigation by the internationally acclaimed unit, the Sentry, has unveiled that Zimbabwe's Central Intelligence Organization secretly runs a sprawling business empire. This clandestine enterprise spans tourism, coal mining, and even hemp farming, a cannabis plant primarily known for fabric manufacturing. Yes, you read that right. The CIO is into hemp. Just when you thought that intelligence work was all dark alleys and trench coats, it turns out they also dabble in fabrics. While the bulk of the CIO's finding officially comes from the government budget, the agency has a knack for supplementing its income through private business ventures. They've essentially turned state espionage into a side hustle. The existence of an autonomous CIO business network matters because the agency, which is reportedly engaged in election-related intimidation, requires civilian control, including full financial oversight and transparency to prevent abuse, the report highlights. Now, security forces with independent revenue streams are more prone to rogue activities, a troubling prospect given Zimbabwe's already tarnished human rights record. It's like giving a ZANU-PF-born spoiled teenager unlimited access to the family credit card. Nothing good can come off it. In summary, the Sentry's report pulls back the curtain on a secretive self-financing arm of Zimbabwe's CIO, calling for dismantling this financial autonomy to ensure greater transparency and accountability. As the international community watches closely, the revelations place a spotlight on the need for robust oversight of state security operations. Because when spies start running businesses, it's not just the martinis that get shaken. And my take is this: nothing. I have family in the country. Come up with your own second take.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Well, that has been Second Take. I'd love to know what you think about all the political characters that we keep unveiling to you. And for those of you who already know them, I'm sure you already have some well-built-up opinions. Do share them with us, and we'd love to share them on the show. But do remember, oneup2.com is where you find us, DSTV 285, GoTV 25, Network Media Hub on YouTube. My name is Ashwyn, reminding you yet again that just because they got it right the first time doesn't mean that they deserve a second take.